We're ready for Coach Odom. He'll make an opening statement, and then we'll start with Greg in front. Coach.
Yeah. Obviously a great game for both teams to be able to perform in front of fans like that and put, for both teams to be in pressure situations there, invaluable experience, something that you can't recreate in a closed scrimmage. And I think it's nerve-wracking for the coaches probably to be on display this early, but it's great for the fans. And certainly in this particular year, with so many new faces on our roster here at the University of Virginia, it was important to get these guys out in front of our fans as quickly as we could. And I thought they did a nice job tonight. Throughout the game, certainly there are things that we need to improve upon, and we're looking forward to getting ready to attack those.
Okay, we'll start with Greg and then Mike.
Yeah, Malik's scoring ability. What did you see there tonight? Is that what you've kind of seen throughout since you guys got him?
Yeah, he's a natural scorer. Yeah, I mean, he can shoot behind the arc. He can get to the basket. He draws fouls. He's always done that throughout his career, and I thought he had a good night tonight.
Ryan, the guys have said that you've emphasized sharing the ball and playing defense. Probably high grades on sharing the ball, maybe some question marks on defense. What did you think about those two areas?
Yeah, I mean, our ball got a little bit stagnant there, middle of the first half, certainly in the second half, and a lot of that was due to the fact that Villanova was pressuring us, and so they were pressuring our guards out front. So our starts to our offense were very slow. And we've got to be better there. It's certainly something that we've got to work on, but I think we had 15 assists, but we never want to be negative. 18 turnovers, way too many, obviously down to the last one. That was on me.
And defensively?
Defensively, yeah, I thought the guys much better than the last game. Certainly more intensity, more willingness to play deeper into the clock, and then also we got into our 24 defense a little bit better in this game than we did in the previous one. So, and I thought the help was there for the most part, even though they had some open looks there that didn't go down for them. But certainly, clearly things that we got to get better at. Our switching defense was left a lot to be desired. Several guys at the end of the game were wide open, so we've got to work on it.
Marcus.
Coach, what do you think about Caden Lewis in particular, because he's so young, but in
Yeah.
particular with his decision making? Did you try to vary things at him? Did you just play straight up just because of the time of year?
We pretty much played it straight up. We played our typical pick and roll defense, but he's a dynamite player. We're obviously familiar with him, from being in the area and watching him play and grow as a youngster. But he's a dynamite guard and one that is really going to help their team this year, and it's tough to guard. He's very shifty. He gets you off balance, gets you thinking that he's going this way, and then all of a sudden he's going the other way pretty quickly. And played with a tremendous amount of poise, out there today.
And you spoke about your turnovers. Do you think that was a them thing, a you thing, kind of a combination?
Yeah, probably a bit of both, right? It's maybe some tentativeness on our part, not getting the floor spaced, properly. But then also, when they're switching and then they're also pressuring, all right, that can cause problems. And certainly we're going to see that throughout the year, and something that we've got to improve upon.
Okay, do you go to the back and then Preston?
Yeah, Coach, a couple weeks ago at Media Day, you spoke about how you want to see more from your team on the defensive boards especially. What was your impression sort of the team
The boards?
rebounding?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your impression of that? Who impressed you? What do you want to see?
Yeah, I mean, you remember Malik flying in on the offensive glass and getting that big rebound? Well, we need that on the other end, right? And so I think you probably know where I am on that. We've got to get better. We've got to block out better. We can't face block out. We've got to get our backs to them, be more physical. Part of that was due to the fact that they were getting down in there some, and our bigs are coming over to help, and then the shots going up. Some of it was the shooter was getting their own rebound and tipping it, so we just got to be better.
Okay, Preston.
Rotation-wise, it's an exhibition, but
Yeah.
Did you feel like that's the kind of how much you want to switch and rotate guys in?
Yeah, I mean, to start the year, yes, I've got to see what these guys can do under the lights, and certainly, we wanted to give Elijah some time out there. Martin got in there for a minute and did well. certainly Devin, Sam, those guys could warrant some more minutes. But I thought Ugo gave us a big lift off the bench. I thought I think he's doing really well right now. Been impressed with him. Johan had a good game, for us. So, we want 9, 10 guys to be able to go in the game and help us. And I think everybody. I told the team just a second ago. And everybody that got in the game impacted the game in a positive way. It's just we have to do it a little bit more consistently.
Michael.
Full court pressure has been something you've obviously been drilling all off season. How did you like that tonight? And is the pace that you expect the team to play at for most of the season?
Much better in this game than the previous game. I think our guys got the message. There were too many times, in the first scrimmage where we would score a basket and we were just not there. And those times were few and far between in this particular game. And that has the ability to wear your opponent down at times. I don't necessarily think that we got there, tonight. We did get that one spurt in the first half and then got another spurt in the second half where it's 51-40 and we came out of the timeout and let the lead whittle away again, which, that's where we have to, wrap our arms around the game and be a little bit more consistent and tougher. But I was, more pleased certainly than last game, and obviously I have to go back and watch, the tape to see really how well we did.
Take a couple more. Greg, and then Mike.
And when you shoot as many threes as you guys did tonight, do you have to have good offensive rebounders like Johan showed up tonight?
Yeah, I think it's a delicate balance there. You don't want to live by the 3, die by the 3. And I think we got maybe 38% of our offensive rebounds in the first scrimmage. I haven't checked it, just yet to see what it is, in this particular game. But I think they did a pretty good job, of securing rebounds.
Okay, Mike, and then
Quick impression of Chance Mallory's play, and he did hit the 2 free throws there at the end.
Yeah.
Good to get him kind of out there.
Bangs the 3 out there, handles the ball, is a tough defender. He's everything that, we want in a guard, and it's fun to hear the crowd react to him, when he does something, and they reacted to everybody. But I did tell the team before, like, this is your opportunity, to connect with your new fans, and just don't do it during live play. Like, and I think the guys, they did a nice job, in game 1.
okay, take one last one, Amy, back.
You let everyone play minutes in Nashville, but tonight was still a very sub-heavy game. Could you talk a little bit more about that substitution strategy and if it's rooted more in lineup uncertainty or something else?
Yeah, not uncertainty. No, we certainly want to play, more guys based on our style. You can only play but so many minutes when you're pressing full court on every possession. And so I played that style as a college player, and I felt it. It was hard to get past 27 minutes, in a game pressing at that pace. And so it requires having a deeper team. And we feel right now, that we have that, but that remains to be seen as we chug along in the season. We'll see how it plays out.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
We'll have Malik and Johan.